There is a new king in town. Euan Morton, the actor who earned a 2004 Tony nomination portraying iconic singer-songwriter Boy George in the musical Taboo, is now ruling the role of King George in the Tony, Pulitzer, and Grammy-winning blockbuster Hamilton. Morton has proved himself one of the theater world's most versatile actors and singers. Just finished rocking audiences across America as Hedwig in the national tour of Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And I am proud to welcome the new King George to our stage. Euan, it's so nice to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Hamilton. All right, you're stepping into this role now, and you bring a couple of things to it. One of is you're the first person actually from the UK.
I am.
Who's playing King George. And watching you on stage doing it, it's almost as if you bring a kind of a delight that you are in fact from there, and you're dealing with us colonists.
Yes, I was just saying earlier, I look down upon the little Americans, and I feel very good about it. Yeah, I mean, look, the King George, all of the kings and queens in that period were gods. I mean, they were the decision makers. Whatever they said went, unless they were murdered by their brother. Life was short, and therefore you made vast decisions that affected entire countries, probably knowing that you didn't have long necessarily. And I think there's also a kind of a joy in I leave the theatre every night, and sometimes when I exit stage door, I like to say to people, don't you wish you'd kept us now?
One of your songs is about you're coming back.
Yes, you'll be back.
You'll be back.
Sadly, I don't think it can actually happen, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, he's a larger than life. I come on stage in this massive fur costume, which costs thousands of dollars, and this huge crown, probably real jewels. I've never stolen any to check.
You might want to find that out.
Yes, I'd have to steal them. I'd lose my job. And I just sort of stand there, and everyone else is moving, and they're fast, and they speak quickly, and they're violent and aggressive and kind and loving, and the king is just this stoic, who believes in himself. And of course you watch him descend into his madness, I suppose, when he realizes that he's lost.
But the audience seems to love you/him when you come out, and you might suspect that it would be otherwise, because our view of King George doesn't happen to be historically accurate, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Historians will tell you he was not what a lot of times we think he was, and yet when you come out in the various times you come out in the show, you generate a really interesting response from the audience. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's partly to do with the visual. He's so different. He's so grand. No one else in the show dresses that grandly. The next grand thing you have is a velour suit that Jefferson wears. It's just this image of this man in this very barren hole with a few ropes and some bricks, and here's this giant shining orb of ridiculousness. And I think it's the fact that, for those of us out there who know our history, the entire beginning of the king in this show, it's kind of futile. It's coming. He's a clown in many ways. I mean, clowns put on red noses, lots of makeup, and dance around to be seen, to make people laugh, to make people listen, to make them behave. And I think George represents the clown of Hamilton accidentally. And I think that's why people laugh. They also love me a lot.
They do. Personally. I was about to say that. Now, as I mentioned, you've had this wonderful career. I mentioned Taboo. My wife and I were there opening night for that. I thought it was we thought it was a fabulous show, and you were wonderful. Tony nomination for it. Just finished the national tour with Hedwig. So I saw that you were actually going to take some time away, and you were going to do some studying.
I was. I'm still studying.
Still studying. Yeah. History. You decided you wanted to spend some time with it. And then you have this opportunity to become part of this. From a bit of a distance then, it's been running for a while now, and now you're going to be part of it. What do you think it is about Hamilton that has allowed it to move from a magnificent Broadway musical to something that's now a cultural phenomenon? What do you think it is about it?
I think it's partly that it was so different musically, that genre of music is now a musical, is interesting. But I think more than that, Hamilton is the first place, artistically speaking, as far as I'm aware, that has literally achieved colorless casting. Thomas Jefferson's a black man. I mean, and no one questions it.
Right.
No one leaves the theater and says,
isn't that interesting?
ridiculous.
And in this time and place.
Because we're desperate. Everyone wants to. This is literal homogenization. Not because we've all become the same, but because none of us are any different. And I think Hamilton speaks to a great lack of difference in human emotion. That what we all have, despite the color of our skin, where we were born, who we are, we all love the same, we all die the same, we all fight the same. The literal emotion of anger and love is exactly the same whoever you are. And Hamilton, whether it exists because of the zeitgeist, or whether it is the zeitgeist, this is the future. And if we don't start living up to Hamilton, we're in serious trouble. Serious trouble.
Let's try to become what we're seeing on the stage.
Yes.
For Hamilton.
Don't just applaud this. Live it.
Well, we're delighted for your success, certainly as a fan of yours
You.
over the years, and it's a pleasure talking to you. You be well.
Thanks. You too.
Reminder for you, if you are lucky enough to get tickets, you can see Euan Morton as King George in the blockbuster hit Hamilton. It is indeed a royal performance for you.